Muitas vezes, para entender o final, é necessário entender o que aconteceu no começo. Então a serpente disse à mulher: certamente não morrereis e serei como Deus, conhecendo o bem e o mal. A serpente continua enganando e mentindo para a humanidade até hoje, prometendo as mesmas coisas: ser como Deus, ser imortal e ter o conhecimento. E a marca vai ser a forma definitiva de completar o engano.
Store memories and vastly improve our memory. Maybe one day we'll have a vision chip which could help victims of strokes and accidents. And some scientists predict that one day we could even have a thinking chip that could vastly enhance our cognitive and intellectual.
A ciência busca como nunca a onisciência e a imortalidade. E eles querem fazer isso passando por cima de Deus.
It stops the DNA from fraying as it divides. But every time a cell divides, the telomere gets shorter. Eventually, the telomere shortens to a critical length, and the next time a cell divides, the telomere can no longer protect the fraying DNA, and the cell dies. In this lab, they're trying to find a way to rebuild telomeres. If they succeed, they will have created immortal cells. It might be a cure for progeria, and it might delay the aging process in all of us.
What we have observed is that young cells have long telomeres and old cells have short telomeres. And so we reasoned that if we could prevent the cells from continuing to shorten their telomeres, that we would extend the life
to another place. It's a small step for an atom, but a giant leap for mankind. If we start making things by building them atom by atom, we can make almost anything we want.
Manufactured products are made from atoms, and the properties of those products depend on how the atoms are arranged. Now, today's manufacturing technologies arrange atoms very crudely and statistically, but in the future, with nanotechnology, we'll be able to arrange the fundamental building blocks of matter in precisely the patterns we want, very flexibly and very inexpensively.
Small viruses called nanobots. These nanobots will be more intelligent than today's computers. One possible set of applications is medical. Nanobots could be injected into the bloodstream as a kind of cleansing team to kill cancer cells, for example, or to carry out other kinds of maintenance work in the body, or even to modify the DNA code. It might seem that this is a very expensive technology, but in fact, the opposite is true. We will be able to program nanobots to reproduce themselves, just as all natural.
The Human Genome Project was started in 1990 as the largest technological enterprise ever, with a budget far outstripping that of the race to the moon and involving hundreds of laboratories around the world, all with one main goal.
Fundamentally, it was about determining the complete sequence of the human genome, the 3 billion letters that make up our genetic blueprint. And we know we have the code before us, and it's truly remarkable. It is a digital code, and buried within that code is information about what are all the genes necessary for making a human brain, all the genes necessary for making a human liver or the heart or any part of the human body. And now the fun stuff begins, because we get to start to crack that code, having the order of the letters in front of us. But fundamentally, it is very much a digital code.
A single species is defined by the isolation of our genetics, reproductive isolation. But when you begin to take genes from different species to mix together all of the genetics that is available among all animals, and also to design new alterations to the genetics, well, reproductive isolation really doesn't have much meaning anymore. And so you can imagine all sorts of forms and that will evolve in the future.
In the future, we'll be able to sculpt our bodies like living sculpture. Our bodies could be beautiful electronic designs that shimmer prismatically in the light, in the morning light, could change forms, It could become a piece of marble on one hand and then totally mutate into some fluid type of luminescent, snake-like quality. After all, the body is an extension of fashion.
You can rearrange the human body and try to make humans fly, even though humans are very heavy. And some mammals fly, like bats fly, but they're much lighter. But it's an intriguing question because it brings up the issue of not just trying to take an injured human and returning them to normal, but taking the human and making them superhuman, making them go beyond.
Our future is not to try and hold back genetic engineering, but to try and use it in a way that best serves us. If our children can be more intelligent and healthier and live longer lives through altering our genetics.
Com certeza existe uma fusão entre tecnologia e biologia, e nós estamos vivendo isso agora. Alguns especialistas acreditam que em 2050, os cientistas e os engenheiros vão ter desvendado os segredos da imortalidade através da produção de órgãos artificiais e estruturas à base de silício.
A Bíblia deixa claro que o mal vai ter um poder de operação muito forte, que vai trazer muita mentira. Você está pronto para negar a ciência? Você está pronto para negar as falsas evidências que vão ser construídas para convencer você de que tudo que você acredita sobre Deus é mentira? Seja firme, se agarre em sua fé e rejeite a injustiça.